Hi S friends, how are you? I miss you guys so much, but I'm glad I got to see you guys on Wednesday for our volcano experiment. That was a lot of fun. Today I'm going to read you guys a story, and it's one of your favorite characters, Pete the Cat. And today it's going to be Pete the Cat and his 4 groovy buttons. And it was written by Eric Litwin, and the illustrator, the person who does the artwork, is James Dean. Pete the Cat put on his favorite shirt with 4 big, colorful, round, groovy buttons. He loved his buttons so much, he sang this song. Let's count his buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4. And look, he's thinking of the number 4. Let's see his song. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. You guys show me the number 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. He has 4 groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no! Look at what happened. The button popped off. One of the buttons popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? So he had 4, but one popped off. So how many does he have? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. So 4, take away 1 is 1, 2, 3. Let's see if we're right. Were we right? 3, the number 3. 1, 2, 3. You guys did it. Pete says he's thinking through. 3, groovy. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no. Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left now? So he had 3 buttons. Here's one that popped off. How many does he have left? 1, 2. So let's see if we're right. Is that the number 2? It is, and it shows math down here. 3 minus 1 equals 2. Because he had 3 buttons, but 1 popped off, so we take it away. And now how many are we left with? 1, 2. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. And he kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. Ooh, look. What does he have in his hand? Ice cream. He's at an ice cream truck, but pop. Oh no, another button popped off and rolled away. Now how many buttons are left? So it popped off. How many's left? I think just 1. Let's see. 1. And it has the math down here. 2 minus 1 equals 1. So he had 2. But at the ice cream truck, 1 popped off. So now he's left with 1. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My button, my 1 groovy button. My button, my 1 groovy button. Pop! Oh my goodness, he's on top of a car, and then on top of a surfboard. He's at the what? The beach. Do you think he's going surfing? Let's see, his button popped off. The last button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? So this one popped off. How many does he have left on his shirt? I don't see any. I think it's going to be 0. Were we right? 0. 1 minus 1 equals 0. So he had 1 button, And then it popped off when he was at the beach, so the 1 went away, and now he has 0. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. Pete looked down at his buttonless shirt, and what do you think he saw? Ooh, do you guys remember? His belly button! And he kept singing his song. Look at that little belly button. It's all good. My button, still have my belly button. My button, still have my belly button. You guys have belly buttons, right? Yeah. I guess it simply goes to show that stuff will come and stuff will go. But do we cry? Goodness, no. We keep on singing. And look, those are all his buttons that popped off. Buttons come and buttons go. So how many did Pete start with? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he was left with what? His belly button. There's all kinds of colorful buttons. Are you guys wearing anything with buttons today? I'm not. I just have a t-shirt on, but I have my belly button. I know you guys have a belly button today, right? Yeah. Well, I hope you guys liked our book today, and I will see you guys next Wednesday. We're going to have a special small group next week, and I'm really excited for it. And I hope you guys enjoy this weekend and are staying safe and healthy. It's going to be really nice outside, so maybe you can go in your yards and be safe there, okay? All right, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.